Hey everyone, just a heads up that there was some technical difficulties with the audio, a little bit of the video, but just a small little amount, and so we hope you enjoy the episode. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of our podcast.
My brain's blanking. We're so tired. Hi guys. Josh, how was your week?
My week was great. Actually, no, it's been okay. It's been really long. I had 2 weeks off, so I can't really complain.
You did.
But during the 2 weeks I went to Calgary, I visited my cousin and my aunt and uncle, and it was like my first time like spending like a long amount of time with them. They usually come to Victoria and like visit for a couple of days and then leave. So if I know Esther, I know sometimes you watch this, so hello. So it was nice to hang out with them and kind of like just see who they are, do you know what I mean, like for a longer period of time. Then I met up with Miranda, our childhood friend from high school, and then my friend Benson, and just like it was kind of nice to see like a city with snow and still the city was still, you know, thriving and doing stuff.
Like here where it shuts down
Right?
with an inch of snow.
And I know like for my cousins and them, they're like, oh, this is all normal, but for me everything just looked really pretty. Like we went to Lake Louise and like Banff, and like Lake Louise was frozen, so we could like walk on it. It was so pretty.
So nice. Did you like Banff?
It was really nice. It was really quiet, and apparently, okay, actually, I said this to Christina last week. I said, I think there's a big Korean population there.
In Banff?
Yeah, because they have a Korean church.
Oh.
I know.
I didn't know that.
That's where the oppas are.
Oh, the oppas.
Oppa?
Some oppas.
But other than that, like spring break was nice. It was really nice to like just relax and chill. And I know like I haven't been like working full time, but I pretty much got sprung into like my job, and like the month and a half was just crazy. And the next 2 months will also be crazy. So this week going back was a little like difficult to get back into routine, and then also just like sprung into like planning our trips, and like we're going on a trip next week.
3 trips? Is it 3?
4.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So just like it's not just the planning of it, but just like organizing all like the payments and like making sure everyone has all the like information. We have enough chaperones, you know, all that
You
stuff.
have chaperones?
Yeah, we had to have chaperones.
Oh, I thought you don't. I was like,
no, well,
what?
right now we don't have enough drivers.
Okay.
There's one of them. So just like on top of like teaching them music and like getting them ready for like concerts and performances.
You need an assistant. I'll be your assistant.
Please.
Need some admin assistants. I'd
This
love
girl
that.
might be the same height as you kids, but
She's good. She's
She's good.
organized.
so yeah, I think it's just like I have a lot of like some bitterness towards people who think music teachers don't do much.
We do a lot, guys.
We do a lot.
We do a lot.
We do a lot.
You should vlog your day.
I
A day in the life as a music teacher.
Oh, literally just me like
Yelling.
coffee.
Coffee and then
Just yelling
yelling.
at students. Yeah, no, that's my week. How about you? How was you?
Good. What did I do? I was just working.
Dragon Boat.
Oh, I was like, what are you doing? I tried out dragon boating for the first time 2 days ago.
Wait.
Yes, Josh.
So how did you like introduce to it? Because I didn't ever ask.
So my uncle has a friend who's on like a competitive dragon boat team, and so he told them about this recreational team, and he told my mom, who then told me, and I was like, hey uncle, can I join? He's like, yeah. And so we went. It was actually really fun. It's a really good upper body workout.
So that's the thing. I feel like because you messaged me in all caps.
I always
like,
do.
Can you like? Do you want to do dragon boating? I'm like, I feel like yes, but I feel like I'd be so dead after like 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm the same because I never do any upper body, so I died. But I think you would like it. I'd like to think you would like it.
I like sometimes things just make me really competitive. And then maybe that's what would be the key.
That could be the key. You could be a competitive rower.
But you know, okay, the thing is, like, I guess like you would be training for a race, right?
Yeah, there's one coming up in the beginning of May. There's a sprint, and then we're gonna do the Dragon Boat Festival. Apparently, probably gonna come in last, but it's gonna be fun.
I hate the sun.
Oh yeah.
See, like, we're the opposite. You're the girl who loves to tan, and I'm the guy who loves to
Hide.
I'm trying to rhyme.
That loves to.
I was gonna say sad.
I don't know. Aren't you allergic to your own sweat?
Okay, so
Is that Yeah?
Isn't that dumb?
You are, though.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So if I work out, I usually like want to take a shower right away because I get really itchy, like especially my scalp. But it's like so annoying
That's
because
so,
like I
why?
know. So like think of this. It's like the idea of sweat is to get all the toxins out too, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then it just makes my skin itchier and irritated, and it gets worse because of that. But then I need to exercise.
So you just die in the summer.
I just always
Do you
die.
sweat a lot to begin with? Are you a sweaty person?
Not really.
That
Okay,
helps.
what's interesting? I don't know. There's probably some science behind it. But before I got skinnier, like when I was chubbier, I didn't really sweat that much. But then when I got skinnier, I started sweating a lot more.
Okay, science.
Please.
The more muscle, don't quote me, the more muscle that you have and the more fit you are, the easier you sweat, is what I've heard.
Which I guess makes sense.
Which makes sense.
Because you don't have the fat to block it. You know, is that science?
I don't think that's science.
I'm not a science person. Sarah,
That blocks the
Sherry,
sweat.
please tell me. But the thing is, I actually do like exercising. I love playing sports and everything. So it's really frustrating because like, sometimes I can like urge not to itch and like because I have always had like eczema and like scalp issues and stuff. But it's just like one
Is
of
there
the
a
worst.
Chinese medicine to help that?
So I've been taking some Chinese medicine lately. So this is my second round, a dose of it, and the first dose kind of worked better than the second one. And I feel like they gave me different things the second time.
I was gonna say, is it the same thing?
So I'm like, again, like I'm not gonna say the name of the place, but like they didn't like the second time I went to it, they didn't even like they just saw my name and then saw my history, but they didn't even talk to me about anything. Like didn't check up.
Oh, they just gave you stuff?
Yeah, and then it just looked like different medicine. Anyways,
That's not good.
so I might just go to a different one.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, I'm trying to Chinese medicine, guys. I am a huge advocate for it. Like
I would love to try.
natural medicine is probably always the best way to go. I think.
Centipedes.
Right? Centipedes. Catherine took the centipede medicine. It's not actually centipedes, but like it's really gross. Gross.
Whoa, tangents. Okay.
Wow.
Um,
That is literally the whole podcast.
what are we doing today?
Catherine messaged me. Actually, no. We were planning to do this pod today, and then today you messaged me being like, "You want to do some Easter one?" And I'm like, "Oh, great, let's do it." So Catherine, just after work, just grabbed all this stuff for us. Thank you, Catherine.
We love it.
Also, today is not sponsored, but thank you as usual, Cafe, for giving us bubble tea. Patrick, I know you sometimes listen to this, so thank you. But Catherine got a whole bunch of stuff.
Ta-da.
Look for the sign.
Look how cute, and they match our colors too.
Oh, of course you thought of that. That's so cute.
They're actually quite comfy. I thought they'd be kind of
Actually, they're actually not bad.
uncomfortable. They're so cute.
Do I look more Asian? Okay, happy Easter.
Yeah.
Oh, Catherine was saying that we should. What was it? I was like, Catherine, we should do like a vlog or something.
Vlog
And I said,
Easter mass.
we should go to Easter mass.
Sitting there just like,
Our phones are just like down here, just being like. Can you imagine
They take it with us to up to communion. Just have it right here.
a GoPro? I feel like it would be so awkward because like you'll be like, "Hey guys, we're at Easter mass," and
The
everyone's
priest
just
is like-
praying. I've heard that like usually mass is very like solemn and like really quiet. Is that true?
I know Catholic ones are.
Yeah,
I don't know
right.
about
'Cause
yours.
we don't call it mass. We don't call it mass.
Yours are pretty lit.
Yeah, ours is pretty
Pretty
lit. We actually
What
have
do you call yours?
Sorry.
What do you call yours?
So on Friday we have a Good Friday service, and Easter is just like Easter service. That's what we usually call
Just
it.
service?
Yeah, but then at the church I'm going to, they have a sunrise service, so we're going there at 6:30, going to Gyro Park.
Wait, that sounds nice.
Isn't that really cute? Yeah.
That's early.
So I know it's really early. It's on a Sunday too.
Uh,
So that's what we're doing.
that's cute.
Catherine got all these little what is it?
Egg dye kits.
I actually haven't done this since elementary school.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be
I never done this.
fun.
So this is gonna be really exciting.
Okay. We've got watercolor and sea life.
Wait. We have watercolor and sea life.
Yes, the themes. Yeah. I don't exactly. That one has special things.
What do you mean?
It was like something about dipping it, and then there's like these crystal packs, and then there's this napkin stuff for some reason.
Wait, what?
but
Okay.
I don't know what it's for.
Dip cool hard boiled egg into cup.
No.
We
just
did
emptied
not. We just emptied the contents of the egg.
Because I feel like it wastes an egg when you. Yeah.
Drop desired egg crystal colors onto wet egg, and what?
And. You're bunny. You're sorry.
Josh, can you zoom in on this, please? Drop desired egg crystal colors onto wet egg.
Okay. So just like sprinkle it? Like sprinkles?
Yeah, I guess so. So do we just... Oh, there's little indents here.
Yeah, so we can like rest them on there.
So my question is, so we pick an egg, a color that we want, like general egg to be, and then we just dip like little things of like what other colors we want.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the blue one because I'm blue of this crew,
That's true, you are.
and then why don't you do the pinkish one?
Oh, yes, there is pink.
Okay, and then what's that? Is it the same thing as this one?
Wait, which one do you want?
I want this one. This is OG.
Oh, gee.
Okay,
What
so
is
then,
this for?
Oh, you wipe it.
Wipe the crystals?
Yeah.
Okay. I will
Wait, do I just...
preemptively pop out these things so
Okay.
that we can. Oh gosh.
Actually, you know what? I actually talked to my cousin about this. My ear's gonna be cut off if I sit up too straight, which I mean, talking about like how I actually really enjoy arts and crafts, and like we don't do it as adults.
Well, you should.
Do you know what I mean? Do you remember when we did ceramic stuff?
Friends with me.
Do you remember when we made those like penguin mugs?
I still have that.
Yeah, me too.
It's on
Mine's
my
upstairs.
shelf.
Mine has no eyeballs or no pupils.
Oh.
Do you remember that? No,
I don't remember that.
I do.
I want to do. Have you seen those people do like the? What is that stuff you use on the walls to fill in the holes?
It just escaped my brain.
Oh, I want to say not scaffolding. That's the structure. The putty. The thing.
It's like, what's it called?
Oh my
Shoot.
gosh.
Oh, I'm gonna hate
It's
myself.
putty, but
But for the wall.
oh my gosh.
Why would I just put putty for the wall?
Near the wall.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, I ripped
Google.
it. Oh no. Okay, we can rest our eggies there. Oh, sorry, plan.
So,
I'm like scapula.
drywall.
No, but
Wall
what is-
putty. Is that what it's
There's-
called? Oh,
but
cement.
There's another name for it. That starts with an S, I think.
An S? I thought it was called drywall prepare. Wall putty through holes.
Sure. Let's go with that. But they'll do like 3D like art on like a canvas,
Oh.
and it's really cute. And you can like make a different-
Spackling?
That's it. Spackling.
Drywall? That's actually the wall, Josh. Okay. So we put our...
Okay, wait. I want to do pink with.
I'll do blue with pink. Cute. Okay, so then we just take one of the eggs that...
I guess I would put the butt up.
The booty up.
The booty up. Oh, it's not stirred.
Oh, we gotta stir it first.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, how do we... Should I get another spoons? Or should we... Okay.
Like, you don't have
Well, I can
stir
just-
sticks down here.
I'll just do this. Okay, I do this all the time with everything at home.
That's true. And then,
As we're doing this, I have a really funny story about
yes.
Easter.
Oh yeah, Josh said he had a funny story about his childhood.
As a child, for those who are children, I am sorry to say this, but when I was a child, my parents pretty much told me that Santa Claus was fake. Just straight up, like,
That's
give
so
me no
sad.
imagination. So then they told me that the Tooth Fairy was fake, everything was fake,
my
okay?
gosh.
But no one ever talked about the Easter Bunny. And so one year in kindergarten, we had an Easter egg hunt. And so it was like so much fun. I'm like, oh my gosh, we get free chocolate. And I was really good at it, guys. I got a lot of chocolates, okay? So then I like couldn't find my class, and I'm like, okay, maybe they might be in like they might be in our classroom. So I go into my classroom and I see the principal take off the Easter bunny head. And I remember just standing there, just like jaw dropped with my chocolate eggs, and the principal like hectically trying to put the head back on.
Oh no!
And me just like literally, I remember being so sad
I
for
thought
like
that
the
only
rest of the
happened
day.
in movies.
Nope.
Oh no!
Also in Josh's life.
So nothing is real.
So the only thing I thought was like real is what's fake, and now that's why I probably have trust issues.
That's probably why.
Yeah, that was
I'm sad.
I still remember. I can't see in my mind's eye, but I still remember that memory.
You feel it?
I can feel it. I can
feel it.
understand the concept of it. Okay, wait. So we gotta open. I gotta open the crystals first.
Oh. Oh,
What
my
am I
egg.
gonna- Okay. So you dump it in. Oh, more time you put the egg in, the brighter the color will be.
Okay. Noted. Arts and crafts.
I'm scared.
Arts.
You ever just like, that's the thing about me is that when I do arts and crafts, sometimes there's like a part of me that's like, oh, I don't want to screw up.
I feel it.
Oh.
Oh. There's a lot.
Is this 3? Okay, it's 3. Okay.
Oh, there's more. There's like.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, so then let's put it on here.
I'm scared. Okay. Art.
Wait.
And art. Oh, my egg. I guess I'll just roll it around.
Not going. Oh, that's probably why it won't go down. It's because it's not hard boiled.
I don't want to waste eggs.
I gave Captain emptied the contents of the eggs, and then I gave it to my parents. And I'm like, "You want eggs?" Like, yeah, hell
Heck
yeah,
Hell
yeah.
How saturated are you?
Oh no,
making
I
it?
dropped the crystals.
No, Josh! Into the thing?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh
The whole thing?
no,
Okay.
I was just trying to pour it, and I just derped up.
Ooh, this is getting cute.
See, like, so I don't. Yeah, I was like, I think I said this earlier. I don't think I've like really like I painted eggs. I remember when I was in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. Like, I don't remember doing this ever.
Well, now you will, because you're an adult
See,
that is doing it. So I just sprinkle on here.
yeah, it just says to just put it onto the wet egg, but I did not put it on the egg. I put it into the color.
Where did I put my packet? Oh.
Oh my gosh, cute! I'll make sure we empty
Okay.
the liquids.
Oh my gosh. Mike's in the way. What am I doing? Oh, 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 oh.
If you're watching, follow Catherine what she's doing, not me, because I screwed up already.
This is cute. How do I? My hands are gonna get so
Oh,
dyed. Oh gosh.
oh my gosh, cute!
How cute.
I don't know how to use all of it.
Oh, is it dry? Oh god.
Okay.
Oh gosh. Oh goodness.
For those who are watching, we're gonna get a giveaway of these eggs.
Who wants our eggs? Everyone's like, ew. I don't want those.
You know, whenever I think of like eggs, I think of the Beauty and the Beast song. I need 6
Oh,
eggs,
yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Wait, it's smearing.
Okay, so then you just like wipe it off. Our hands are gonna get changed color, I'm pretty sure. So
We wipe it off?
yeah, you wipe it off with the cloth. When we have a lot, right? So
Help.
when we help,
Help.
see, my hands are fine.
What the heck? What the heck? You wipe it?
Yeah, you just wipe it off, but it kind of just smears.
Yeah, it's just smearing.
Maybe there's a better tactic. Better stretch. I mean, that's kind of cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
you dab it. Oh gosh.
Also, I think maybe we should have like washed out the egg because now there's yolk in it.
We had a limited amount of time to do this.
Meaning we just planned this literally what, an hour before this happened.
Ah.
We're both very tired and have no brain. Oh, cute!
Okay.
Mine was better than yours.
Yay,
This is a
how
competition now.
nice.
Okay. The second one I wanted to be yellow, like me.
What's the other color? Green?
Yeah, like your shirt, I guess.
It look like that. That's gross.
What do you mean?
Ew, look at it.
Oh, maybe stir it more.
No.
Maybe just separating.
Gross.
Gross. You know what's funny is that so I know we put our episode last week, but that was recorded in like February.
Haha.
Or
We're
January.
adults with busy lives.
So since then, what has happened? Since then,
Wait, January?
what's it, February probably, I think.
Okay.
Because it was right before Valentine's Day.
Was
Why don't we do a Valentine's Day thing?
I don't know. We're horrible. I'm sorry.
We're
you
so sorry, guys. We did last time, didn't we?
Did we?
No.
My memory is.
We're terrible. What has happened since? Oh, I'm working at a new job. I think I mentioned it last time. I actually want to like start like this is kind of like, I guess, a New Year's thing. I realized that I still feel really like not ashamed or like guilty of like my music degree because I feel like I didn't deserve to graduate.
Still?
Yeah, because I remember we talked about this before.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to my cousin in Calgary about like I just always had this weird imposter syndrome. Like even when I like say I study music, I always kind of say I study music, but I try not to say that I study singing because I feel like I wasn't the same caliber as the people that graduated, and that still bothers me to this day.
Interesting.
Right? And so like it kind of like sucks because I think if I had the choice, I would totally like do my degree now. Like I'm in a better place in my life. Like I feel like way more confident and less scared to do literally anything. And so, but like it still kind of like haunts me. Like to like, even for me, it's just like I know that if I sing something or record myself, I can hear that something's off or like how to fix it and whatnot. But I'm like still really shy to even say anything about studying singing.
That's interesting.
Right?
I wonder if that'll ever. I mean, I hope it goes away.
Yeah.
How do you how do you deal with that?
Like okay, so what I was kind of thinking, in a way, is like I'm letting this like own me. You know what I mean? I'm letting it. Are you okay?
Sorry, I spilled it. Continue.
Cat is interrupting my talk.
Keep talking.
I'm letting it kind of like control me. You know what I mean? Like in a way that like it's just letting me like be in fear of it. And so like I was just talking to my cousin about like how I want to push myself to like get past that fear by doing something about it. So like whether that is going back to voice lessons or doing something that will like push me to improve my singing skills, because right now I'm like I don't really have much to do anything, but at the same time it's like I can't let those excuses be the reason why I don't do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like even as a teacher, like I mean right now like I teach music and I only teach band really, so I don't have to use that part of I don't have to really sing much. But like when I like covered for choir before, I was just like I just felt imposter syndrome the entire time. Like I know how to do things, but I feel like I'm like being an imposter and not doing it well kind of thing.
I think you taught choir very well.
Oh, thanks, friend.
It was great. I had so much fun.
Right, and so like I think for me, like whenever I think about my time at choir, oh, that looks so cool.
I'm just like, what is it? What am I doing?
Look at that ombre effect. Gradient.
Gradient?
I think that's good.
Looks like a salty egg.
Every time like when I think back on like, even like when I had COVID, I think I told you that I was going through some of our old choir stuff, and literally, maybe because I just like suppressed a lot of my memories. I was just like, "What the heck? We did that."
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like,
drama.
I was just like, "Wait, when did we do that?" Or like, "Wow, we actually sounded really good." Or like, "Josh, how did you do that?" Like, I literally feel like I'm like I can never do that now, and so like I think for me, it's like I for some reason there's some kind of mental
You have a mental block.
blockage
Mhm.
of something, and it's kind of sad to be like, wow, I don't even feel proud of that, like of what we did in like the last couple years at choir, 3 years or whatever.
Have you talked about that in therapy?
I haven't been to therapy since last January,
Maybe we should go to therapy.
so maybe I should go to therapy.
Next episode, we go to therapy.
Vlog.
Therapist is like, okay.
Everyone's like, what's going on? But it's kind of like, I don't know, I think it's kind of sad that I had to like feel that way,
But it's good that you're aware, because that's
Yeah.
a big step.
right? So yeah, so I actually contacted my teacher, like my singing teacher back at university, and they haven't replied yet. I think they're not in town anymore, which is kind of sad.
That's kind of sad.
But I don't know. I just, even if it's like singing or like even any kind of music, like I want to push myself, but it's like I think I'm having this like conflict in myself of like I'm scared of burning out again, like, and I think
fair.
that's like really stopping me from a lot of stuff right now,
Yeah.
because I already know what's happened in the past and like what burnout feels like and how I led to that, and I couldn't really get out of it. Like, I know it's a weird, like, so it definitely has to be something that I really enjoy and like look forward to, rather than like fear and like stress out about, you know. Yeah.
Trying to think of what we could do to get you out of your singing comfort zone.
Isn't that weird?
I'm
Like,
all for getting Josh out of his comfort zone. That's why I ask him to do all these things.
you see my ears I'm wearing, guys? Catherine's so happy. But like, even like for me, like, I don't know, sometimes I go on Instagram live, and I do that just because I think I force myself to just sing songs and like have fun with it, and like my friends, like Catherine's been on it a couple times and like are encouraging and like asking me to sing and stuff, and like I think for me that's kind of pushing myself out of my comfort zone. But even that, it's like there's still like a layer of comfort because it's my friends, you know what I mean? Like I know that y'all will like, you know, support me.
What could we do? You want to enter a singing competition? You should go on The Voice.
I don't think I would be able to do that. See, exactly. Look at my first
See,
voice.
there you go.
Right?
You gotta do it.
And so like I think, you know what my cousin told me? She's like, you should go to an open mic and just sing something. You
Ooh,
get
that's
over
scary.
that fear, right? And I'm like, ah.
You should though. I'll come with you.
Oh my gosh. We'll sing a song together.
Together.
Cat's like, wait a minute.
Wait, what? That's cute.
Thank you. I want kind of like a fiery orange vibe.
I like that a lot.
What happens if we like mix colors?
What do you mean?
Like, why don't you mix like the blue and the red or pink?
Do it.
Purple.
I did this last year, and there was one where it was very similar, but they added purple.
What's green, yellow
Science.
make again?
Well, let's find out. Green and yellow?
No, blue and yellow make
Blue and
green.
yellow is green. Red and blue make purple.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow and red make
Orange.
orange.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's our color knowledge.
Yep.
We know we're a little late to it, but we hope you all had an amazing long Easter weekend. And whether or not you celebrate or not, we just hope that you had a restful time. Make sure you follow us on our social media accounts. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and on YouTube at RiceWashed Podcast. If you'd like to support Catherine and I on our individual Instagrams, you can find Catherine at Catherine Lava and me at JMK Poon. Make sure you check out our YouTube channel where you can find the video episodes. In this one, you can see us decorating our eggs and having some trouble with it. So make sure you head over to YouTube at RiceWashed Podcast and subscribe, like, and turn. What was I talking about?
Open mic. You sing. Oh, go on open mic. And
One of my colleagues actually was like, 'cause I was telling them about my imposter syndrome, and they're like, "Shut up, Josh." I'm like, okay. Like, Josh, look at what you did in the
just shut up and
concert.
sing.
Even like, okay, you went to my concert.
I did. It was great.
I did 2 concerts, and I think the kids did amazing. I think they did really well for whatever. But even for me, it's just like, I never really feel proud for myself, and I wonder if that's because it's been conditioned in my brain to be humble and to like be like, oh no, I could have done better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And which is kind of actually this is a trauma recovery thing. Maybe I had a conversation with my dad about it because I was just like, my dad's like, oh, he said this. He said, I'm so glad that you're all so humble. And I said, Dad, we're not. We're just really insecure.
Oh.
And then he said, what do you mean? I'm like, he said, and I had a conversation with him. I said, Dad, like, there has to be a mixture of praise and criticism. And we all got criticism. And so we only stay humble because you guys told us to not be proud people. Right? And so it's never really like I think there is humbleness behind it. Like we don't just be like, we're so much better than you, etc. But a lot of it is just rooted in insecurity. And I think I remember him just kind of like pausing and being a little silent, and like even from when I was in high school, my parents went to none of my concerts. Zero. And I think it actually hurt me a lot more than I thought. I just kind of like laughed it off because I'm like, oh, my parents are busy at church, blah blah blah. But like, God bless you with a family, right? Like if you're blessed with kids, and it's a blessing and a gift, like I think God would want us to be there for our kids, right? And I didn't feel that support, and I only really got it at university, like my last 2 concerts of my career, and that wasn't enough still, you know. And then, but now it's interesting because my dad is like, he was the one who like volunteered right away to be like, oh, we'll be at your concert, whatever. And I was just like, why? Like, literally, right? You know, is that weird?
Why?
I literally said why, and he said, oh, because they want to support you. I'm like, okay, but like, because I'm just not used to that. Maybe my childhood, like, just like protection, defense, just like, why? You don't need to come, it's fine, you don't need to listen to it, like, and maybe it's just me being scared that they won't approve of it. And then but then after the concert, they loved it. They were like, they sounded so good, like they were like, whatever, only this year old, and they played that well, like. And for me, I just couldn't really accept that. It's as if I'm like, I think that they're lying to me to just make me feel better. And it's just like, it's so sad that I have to think that way, and it affects me a lot. And I just I don't know what will be the thing that will just like lift off the. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's just
like
so
a catalyst or something but then again, I understand it's not like a thing you can just switch on immediately.
Yeah, it's like so deep rooted, like, I think, you know, like
dig it up,
right? Someone
dig it up and
dig it up and throw it away.
Oh,
wait right? And like,
burn it.
even when I like the music that I wrote, like my friend Marie really helped me with those songs. And like, whenever someone tells me, oh, really like your story and your song, how it sounded, I'm always like, oh yeah, but Marie's such an amazing producer, and like blah blah. And then they're like, but like, you're singing, Josh, it's your voice, like. And but for me, is I always find ways to, you know, appreciate and praise other people rather than myself.
Maybe it's time to switch that. Maybe it's time to pretend to be an arrogant jerk. Like, channel your arrogant jerk persona more, and maybe that'll help.
See, for me, it's just, even for me, there's resistance to it.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't know. I do want to be a humble person. I think that being humble is really important in life. But there's also the insecurity part, which is just me covering the fact that I feel like an imposter. I don't want to feel that way the rest of my life. Yeah. And because I ultimately enjoy singing, for example. But like, why can't I just enjoy it and not have that thought? You know, like, I know there are many people who like enjoy singing and they don't even think about that kind of thought. They're just like, yeah, whatever, it's fun. And I'm just like, it's fun. I suck.
Maybe they didn't have the trauma.
They didn't have the trauma.
If we only didn't have the trauma.
Trauma.
Well, when you talk to your therapist about that, let me know.
I'm
curious to hear what they say and like what they think would help with that.
What do you think? Okay.
What do you
Any
think?
therapist listening?
I think Josh should just pretend to be an arrogant jerk for a while. Maybe that'll fix it.
See, Catherine wants me to just be like
savage.
And you know what? Even like, I do see a difference in myself compared to like even last year. Like, I know I have a sense of confidence, more of a confidence in myself and my choices and like my thoughts and all that stuff. I stand out for myself more. Even like Alex was saying on like one of on the open closet episode, plug in there. He just noticed that I'm more. First of all, I know what's happening rather than be like, for example, oh, maybe they're just like this. Like, no, they're doing this.
Yep.
Like, they're treating me terribly.
Yep.
And rather than be like, oh no, it's okay. Like, they're just going through life and like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But for me to be like, no, you know what? They're actually treating me really poorly, and that's not okay. And I'm not going to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know there's change, but there's still a lot of change that has to happen. And no one really talks about this. That there's like this phase of like letting go, which is just a lot of anger.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely felt that in the last couple of months. I think so
the phase.
it's a phase, but no one talks about that part.
No.
Everyone always talks about that. Oh my gosh, I'm in the healing process.
Yeah,
and that's
they
it.
want to talk when they're in the anger phase.
But my family gets the worst of it, and I feel bad for them, right? Because they see me just like blow up,
just you're in the corner,
right? And what's interesting to me is that my parents were surprised. They're like, what the heck? We didn't know you could be like that. And I was just like, this is what happens when you just pent up.
What does that even mean?
All your emotions.
You don't know your child could be angry.
So that says a lot. That says a lot about me as a child, right? Like, I was like obedient as F. Like, I really tried to not make anything go wrong, and so I knew how to control that. Very controlling person. I'm a very controlling person in a lot of ways, and so I think that's why it's a shock to them, or was a shock to them when I started going through all these emotional up and downs, because they're like, they haven't seen that side, and which is interesting. I think something to point out, right? Like, if you haven't seen your child go through these emotions, like these kind of emotions, that says a lot about your kid, right? Like, is the kid actually being genuine, or like being okay and all that stuff? Yeah,
Kids,
we're
not okay.
Yeah.
We ain't okay.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I don't know how we got to there.
I'm genuinely curious about what people would suggest about that now. I'm gonna go Google that later. How to help imposter
Go to
syndrome.
WebMD.
You're dying.
Yeah, we'll see. Honestly, like, I feel better though. Like, I feel like in the last couple of months, I've definitely changed a lot, and I'm less tolerant of people, which is like, I think, a good thing. I'm like,
that's a really good thing.
I'm less tolerant. I'm still loving. Like, I still care for people and will be kind, but I'm less tolerant of just letting people walk all over me.
You have boundaries.
I think I have boundaries now.
Boundaries.
I think I have more of a, no, I'm okay. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Or like, nope, I don't need to talk to you anymore. Like, because I had to realize that I can't control their life either, or their choices, and that just makes me more tired.
That's one thing that's really frustrating,
right?
But you can't control people's actions.
Yep. And like, it's kind of like, in a way, kind of nice to just know that it's not on you. And actually, it's not the same like topic, but I remember when our friend was passing away from cancer, I remember one of the biggest things for me was that I found it really difficult because I couldn't do anything. But at the same time, it's nice that you can't be the one to do anything. There's a lot of pressure.
It's a big burden,
right? Yeah. And I think when I remember my friend told me that, I remember just like being able to let go, and it's just like really just trying to be there for her as much as we could, and then that's it, right? That's all we could do.
That's all you can do.
But man, I can't imagine that, like, if you had that pressure to like make sure this person was alive or whatever.
Oh
like,
my gosh, no,
that's a lot.
No, that's why I couldn't be a doctor. Could you imagine being a doctor? Oh.
You know what? Okay, someone actually told me. It's what people have been telling me, that I should be a nurse.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I think I was just too much.
I think you're too empathetic.
I would cry inside.
I think you on the outside, stone face on the inside, dying.
Speaking of sad, oh my god, we're talking to my cousins, and then they're just, because they love K-drama, like she loves K-drama and my aunt and uncle love K-drama, and they're all recommending all these like K-dramas to watch, and the only ones I could recommend were really sad ones.
Name a happy K-drama right now. Name 2.
I watched Hometown Cha Cha Cha.
Okay.
I watched Business Proposal. Was kind of like not really sad.
Did you like them?
I think
Yeah, because they were happy.
It just didn't really feel much, you know.
You just didn't make me sad enough.
But the thing is, I told my cousin, I'm like, hey, one of my favorite ones is about a cancer patient. And I was like, this is the only K-drama that made me literally cry like most episodes. And my dad, I remember vivid memory, is like I was sitting in my living room cuddling with my blanket.
Your sheet blanket.
And then me just crying. And then my dad was like, what are you doing to yourself? And I was like, Dad, it reminds me of my friend. He's like, okay. I'm like,
Okay.
And he's like, you should probably not watch that much. I'm like, no. And I clicked like the next episode.
Your dad is like my child.
He's like, this is what's happened
What
to
is
my
this?
child.
My child.
Well, yeah, if you need any recommendations for anime or K-dramas
That are sad.
I love sad things. You would think that after going to therapy and things that I would be like, you know, over my sad phase.
There's probably a thing with that.
Well, because I
You
could feel
enjoy being
emotions.
sad. There's probably a thing.
I mean, you know what? To be fair,
There's a thing
so
for
I'm gonna tell
everything.
people, like, if you pent up your emotions, or even like if you're a liar, you lie a lot, things just come back out, right? Karma, and like if you pent up emotions, they come out eventually. Whether that is on your children or like your spouse or partner or whatever, like it eventually comes back out. So I wonder if like the last couple of months have literally just been my childhood self just yelling.
No, a lot of it is just healing your inner child. And our inner
Ew.
our inner children. This is why I buy Squishmallows.
Catherine loves Squishmallows, and every time she sends me a photo, I respond with
No.
punch it.
Don't punch them. How dare you?
Oh, when I was in Banff, we went to this store that sold like Squishmallows, but they were all like characters.
Didn't buy me one.
That's the end. Okay.
What characters were they?
Like Marvel, Disney, yeah.
Disney.
I know, it was very cute.
It's random.
I saw a
Banff.
Lilo one, Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, I always thought Lilo was Stitch for a second. No, sorry,
It's a bit confused.
a little bit confused.
Okay.
You're doing yellow egg. I'm doing purple. My mom's favorite color.
Yellow and yellow. And green? Is that gonna be weird?
Green, kind of.
Oh, there's blue
alive.
over there.
Yeah. There's pink somewhere.
Oh, I used the pink.
Oh, you saw the pink?
There's
Okay.
also like healing your inner child, and there's healing your inner teenager too.
Okay, so it just draws my thing. So okay, I
feel like healing your inner teenager is like a lot of anger, from what I've seen on TikTok.
TikTok is my therapy. You know what? Like now that you mention it, I think a lot of my healing process before this last year was my teenager self. A lot of it was just dealing with high school and like what happened in high school and like how, you know, closeted I felt and like how people treated me and all those things. And then later on, it was like when all that anger came out was my childhood, you know. And like it's actually like interesting. Like my dad's retired now. I think we mentioned that in a previous podcast. But this is the first time that I've really felt like I've had a relationship with him, because he was always busy at church.
Yeah.
So like we never really had conversations, deep talks, like because he would, you know, come home and then eat dinner and then go to church again, right?
Yeah.
But what's interesting is that a lot of the conversations we're having are like him not realizing things happened, or like, for example, when I first told him I was depressed, he said, "I'm so sorry, I didn't know." And then, but then he also said on top of that, which I think is an important thing to recognize, is that I know that a lot of things you couldn't control as a child, but you're an adult now, and now you can, you know, choose the steps to know how to deal with that. But I think that you can't just say that, you know. You can say that, which I think is an important point, but you can't ignore the part that your child is still hurting. And so that was a big eye opener for me, to be like, oh, like, of course he didn't see it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's so tough, because I think about that too. And it makes me angry because, like, I feel like my mom also didn't notice when things were going on, but it's also like I don't want to hold it against them because I feel like they didn't know any better. Because I feel like they were also raised that way. So it's just like, do you like?
Oh no, I left my egg in there.
Oh no, that's a saturated egg.
Saturated egg.
So it's like you're angry that they didn't notice, but you're also like empathetic because they were also raised the same and they never got any support or had the resources to help themselves.
Or they don't even know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and I think that's one of the biggest ones is that, like, my dad is probably one of the most patient and, like, he has a very calm presence in our household. And, like, for me, it's like, it's so purple. It's actually, oh no, it's a good cup purple. How dare you kick me? I think that he just didn't really, well, one, didn't know, and I think that's why he didn't do anything. Because he actually has really, really wise words to say. And me, as like a 27-year-old, now, like, wow, like, if I heard my dad say that as a child, I would have felt way better and felt way more loved and cared for and all these other things, right? Well, like, I think my moms are similar. Like, my mom was raised in a very, like, you listen to me or else, like, that's it.
Yeah.
And so there was no room for emotions. There was no room for taking care of each other because they just mom literally like worked so hard for her family. And so I get it. And even now I still see that in my mom. Like, sometimes when we get emotional, she just like, it's okay, stop crying.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Right? Like, and for me, it's just like,
no,
like, I mean, this one time, and I'm not proud of it. This one time, we had an argument with my mom, and while I was driving her to church, like, I think 2 years ago, and I think it was kind of the process of when COVID was happening. I was like dealing with a lot of stuff and like going through a lot of stuff, and she like started crying or she pretended to not cry in the car. She kept like looking up and away, and I remember just being like, "Mom, what's going on?" And she's like, "Nothing. Let's go to church." Yeah. And I literally pulled over because I'm not letting this happen again. So I said, "Mom, cry. What's happening? What's going on? What's going through your head?" And then so she was just saying like, "You changed so much. Like, you never were like this before." And I remember being like, "I'm sorry, Mom. Like, I don't really mean to hurt you, but like I'm trying to process a lot of stuff, and like I still love you a lot, but just know that I'm just not happy." And she kind of just cried, and like she was like, "Okay," like she kind of like, I felt like she kind of understood, but like for me, it's like, wow, if I didn't pull over, that would have been another thing where we just kept swept under the rug. Yeah, like a lot of things in my childhood, and like I think like you said, I don't really blame her. Like, she wasn't raised that way to think that way, but like I feel like now she's just more like open to stuff.
That's
like
good.
I think she knows I mean well, and like yes, I still like get angry and like impatient with her or my parents sometimes, but I think for them it's just they're still kind of just like, wow, we didn't know Josh could do that.
Josh is capable of being angry,
right? Because
like
it's
totally,
yeah.
I think it's fair to be impatient with your parents. A lot of people I've talked to have felt the same way. Like, their parents drive them absolutely insane. Right? That's okay.
And so like for me, it's like my dad, I get where my dad comes from, where he's like, "We're sorry, we didn't see it, we didn't do anything correctly or right," but now it's like, just don't repeat the same mistake. But you can't. It's so hard. Like, it's hard because no matter what, we're gonna repeat something. Yeah. And if we don't deal with it now or like talk it out or whatever, then it's gonna happen again. But for me, it's like, okay, it's happened to me. I've quote unquote dealt with it, but now I know strategies on how to deal with it and like own up to my child that I'm wrong or whatever the case is. Because for me, it's like, okay,
we don't want to raise a generation that's like us.
Like us? What does that mean?
That's badly worded. We want to raise a generation that's better prepared to deal with this kind of stuff, right? And who also has better support than we did when we were younger. I
I don't envy my parents' life. Like, I know that they both had it hard and like, you know, difficulties, and they have difficulties that we'll never experience. Like, we'll never have to experience like not being able to buy food, or like having to walk whatever amount of time to school, or
immigrating all the way from Asia to a completely new country.
Right. And so like I can never fully understand them. But for me, it's like, okay, I think parents know when something's wrong.
They do.
And for me, what's I think bad is when they don't do anything about it. I think that's wrong. And I had a huge clash with my, you know, cultural stuff versus my faith, right? Like, it was very just like the opposite of what my faith was saying, was to like love and be patient and like be kind, and then at home it was different, or the culture I saw in other, you know, uncles and aunties was different, and I always was just like, what is this? Like, this is not faith, this is not Christian, this is not Christianity, this is just Chinese culture. Like, and that's literally like, we become a Christian to be different, right? And so I think that was one of the hardest things that I'm still wrestling with, and like trying to deal with. And like, there's a lot of things I want to say about the church, but I want to keep it to myself for a bit. Maybe wait until later on, and then we can go all out. But like, it just frustrates me to go, wow, like a lot of my upbringing was really just Chinese culture, and not the actual Christian love that we are quote unquote spreading, you know? And a big eye opener to me was going to a new church, and to see like, to see both sides of the spectrum of a very healthy community versus a very toxic community was like eye opening to me.
I would love to have your old church go to a service with your new church, just to see, have them open their eyes to safe and I was gonna say normal.
You know, I would say it's
Is
not
it normal?
I would say it's not normal. I would say
Yours or
it's
the new
the new one, sadly not normal.
Oh.
Like, it's like there's a lot of church politics. There's a lot of like it's too personal. People are way too personal with each other. Like, that's the hard thing about a church, right? But like, I mean, the new church I have probably has issues too that I haven't seen yet. I haven't been there for a while, or haven't been there too long. You know what I mean? So like, every church has issues. Every church has their own things they need to deal with. However, I can sense that there is generally more acceptance and openness in conversations, and people are wanting to listen.
That's
rather
good.
than like just shutting you down and just telling you that you're young and that you don't know anything and that you should stop.
That you are gay and you should.
Hey, don't point me out like that. Right? And so I think I agree with you. I hope one day, like, for me, I remember, you know what, side note, I remember when I first went to Vancouver, one of my mentors from the church was literally like, I'm so happy you're going to a different church and like trying something new. Because they're
You
like,
told him your story? From your old church? Or why did he say that?
they knew my story.
Okay.
But for them, it was just like, we're really excited for you to experience another side of church. Because, you know, I mean, I grew up in my home church here, right? So I only saw one thing. So I think that was, even if I think about it now, I'm like, okay, that was like okay, yeah, things can be different if you like change or decide to change, or like to see things in the lens of Jesus, for example, right? But when we, like, the hardest thing for me was when we use him as an excuse to criticize. That's literally not in the Bible.
Don't throw Jesus under the bus for that.
Yeah,
guys.
Jesus. Okay, you know what? Y'all know Jesus's life story, which is found in the Bible. He literally never condemned, never discriminated, always loved, healed the sick. He only got angry towards the church. Is that weird? Is that
weird.
wild?
That's wild.
Wild.
That's wild.
So, yeah, just shoot. I'm sorry. Just spill all of it over. Wow, we went on a tangent. But you know what? That was just me processing a lot of stuff.
Josh has to verbally process.
You know,
Would you say you're a verbal processor?
Oh my gosh, I am.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
shut up. Actually, you know what? I would say it was pretty. I mean, back when I was a child, I didn't say anything, right?
So now it's just all like,
That's why I'm just like can't shut up.
I think you know when to though. Like you're not one
Yes.
that's like, because I've met people who just will not stop. You're not one of those people.
Won't stop, can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely a verbal processor, and I wish I knew earlier. You know, but I think at that time when I was younger, I felt like I couldn't say anything because I was so scared
It's scary.
that anyone. This is a terrible choice. I hate this.
I'm watching what you're doing. Maybe you have to re-wet your egg. You kind of let your egg sit for a little bit.
It's been in there for. It's been like steeped in the purple ink.
It looks nice though. I like the purple.
But the pink.
Dip half the egg back in. Oh, that's not half. That's the whole thing. Oh. This is art,
it's kind of
guys.
cool.
This is art.
It's like kind of looks.
There's
like
no
blood.
rules. What?
It kind of looks like blood.
Oh. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. He is risen.
Oh gosh.
I think we should go to
He's
Easter Mass
here.
and vlog.
Oh my gosh, that'd be really awkward.
How many people will we lose?
Body of Christ. No, it's a Catholic thing.
No, it's still a Christian thing.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
How many of you guys have had the body of Christ?
How
Let us
many of you
know.
have had the body of Christ? Mine usually comes in a little like plastic wafer thing.
Yeah, that's stuck through the roof of your mouth.
Yes, but at this new church we have wine and bread.
You have real bread?
And we get lit on Sundays.
You have
Do you know
real bread.
Huh?
You got real bread.
Yeah, and they have gluten-free versions and like juice for those
They
who can't
got
have
sourdough.
that.
Some rye. The
So
body
then
of
Jesus
Christ sourdough?
rises.
Anyways.
I was gonna say that one of my dreams, if I ever ran a church, which I will never because I don't want to. Please God, don't call me to be a pastor. Is when we have communion to play shots. shot.
Everybody.
Can you imagine? Let's rise for communion.
Shot. Oh, good.
That'd be
I
so
remember the
fun.
first time I tried the wine at church at communion.
Ooh.
You're in grade 2, so you're like, how old are you? 7?
Yeah.
I was like, oh yes, like, ugh.
Heather
This is
getting lit
horrible.
as a grade 2.
This is horrible. Oh my gosh. Yeah, grade 2. You guys drink wine. That is the church, everybody.
This was supposed to be an Easter themed episode, and you know what? It is. We did eggs. We have bunny ears. We talked about our trauma.
Do you want
What is that?
underwater?
Wait, what do we do? What do we do?
I think you just like put it on
On the egg?
the egg. Like a crown? Wait, where's the box? Oh, the box is on there.
Oh, and it's a little hat.
Is it a hat? Or
No.
is it a...
Oh, I thought you meant you to do this.
Why doesn't it fit on the egg, though? Wait.
Maybe it's the other way. Maybe it's just like small eggs.
Oh, I didn't... Sorry. Sorry.
Catherine went full
thick
out on
eggs.
this.
Some thick eggs. Well,
Wow.
Yeah. Nice. I also have some tattoos. We'll save these for next year.
Next year. Wait, I need to show the camera.
Don't drop them.
Can we just drop them and shatter
Don't
on
drop
them? How do we do this? Can you focus on
You see
me?
it?
Can you see it? Grace Helbig, we're huge fans.
You see it? I don't know if I can see it. I don't know if it's
I mean, it looks pretty from far away, right?
Yeah.
We should do a thumbnail. Why do we do the same thing? What did you do? I did this.
I'm putting it in my ears.
I did this.
Okay.
Should we get closer to the
I think
camera?
the mic might be in my face.
Yeah, let's go a little bit closer to the camera too. Don't knock over anything over.
Things. You can't see the ears. How cute.
Wow.
Last minute festive Easter thing.
We record stuff sometimes. Isn't that crazy that we did this like bi-weekly for the whole year?
How do we have time? I feel like we...
And I did this also during when I was working.
Yeah. I don't know, guys. We tried to coordinate this a few times when we're like, you free here? You're like, no. Over here. No. Over here.
Are you
No.
free tomorrow? Yeah. Wait, are you free still? No. That's my bad.
Schedule fills up quick, okay? You gotta get in there.
Okay, some of us are... Okay, I'm literally just because I'm tired and work and like whatever. Catherine's literally just living her life. And I'm like, I have no
I'm
friends.
living my life when I'm exhausted. Is it worth it?
Yeah. You know what? Okay, you know what? Next time we're gonna do, I'm gonna say this right now, and then hopefully we'll actually do it. We're gonna do like a baking one.
Oh
or
yeah,
like cooking one. We need to buy future Josh. Are you listening to this episode? Because you listen to every episode full out every time. You need to go buy those like mic things so we can like
and I have one of those little hot pots, so we could just literally do it right here.
Oh, you have a like portable stove thing. Can we do hot pod?
I'm writing this down.
Hey, also shout out to
Wait.
Maria. Last episode we mentioned how we would want her to sit in for us. I think she should sit in for us for fun.
Papa Weaves.
I mean, if you're,
Papa Weaves.
you're going on a little break from work, so
Papa Weaves.
Papa Weaves.
You could just have her here. Doesn't even have to sub in. She can just
She was eat with us.
Yeah.
Hot pot pod. That sounds really fun.
Hot pod. Okay,
I feel like
it's
it's
in here.
really smoky in here, though.
Does that window open?
No.
It doesn't?
Wait, actually, yes, it does. I only lived in here for a year.
How does that window not open? Look at the vent.
Anyways, so future Josh, when you edit this episode, get on it, dude. Anything you want to say to the fans?
Stay lit.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay lit.
Stay lit.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of RiceWashed. We really appreciate all your support, and I know we took a little bit of a break and we're trying to slowly get back to it. But we truly appreciate you being here and all the love that you have for us. Make sure you follow us, make sure you give us your suggestions, your thoughts, DM us, whatever the case is. We want to hear from you and we want to make more exciting content. We'll see you next time.